As you can see, it's another edition of Bystanders at Newsstands on Flip TV. Michael Adekunle taking you on today's edition of Bystanders. Yesterday, the tribunal decided Atiku Buhari knew their fate yesterday. And who won? It was Buhari. The president of Nigeria was declared the winner of the 2019 presidential election. Today's edition of Bystanders at Newsstands, we have the Daily Sun newspaper with a very punchy, catchy headline here. Buhari floors Atiku, ex-vice president. PDP failed to discharge burden of proof over president's non-qualification, says tribunal. President's victory, good for Nigeria. Kalu, PDP, APC, Obi, Wike, Tinubu react. Okay, let's move to the New Telegraph newspaper and see what we have on the front page of New Telegraph newspaper. Very interesting headline here. Tribunal, Atiku has no case. That's what Tribunal is saying here. Atiku has no case. Says Buhari eminently qualified, duly elected as president. President, I was unruffled. APC, its victory for rule of law. PDP, judgment and assault on Nigerians' justice system. Tinubu, verdict vindicates Buhari's character. Electoral victory. CPP, Nigerians, not Atiku, are losers. Lawan, Bajabiamila, Kalu, governors, hail judgment. Okay, on to the next one. Protests. Varsity shot as shot student dies in hospital. Varsity shot as shot student dies in hospital. Okay, let's move to another story here. Again, bandits sack 3 communities in Niger. Alright, CBN releases guidelines on treatment of BAS and CPs. Okay, on top of the paper, fake, that's FEC, raises VAT to 7.2%, approves 10.07 trillion naira for 2020 budget. You can see this cartoon picture here where Buhari was boxing Atiku. Buhari boxed Atiku to death. That is what we saw here. Buhari boxed Atiku to death. Someone just said lie here. Someone said lie, but I'm not the one saying this. It's on the front page of the New Telegraph newspaper. You can check it vividly on the front page of the New Telegraph newspaper. On xenophobia, 187 Nigerians returned from South Africa. Government gives returnees 40,000 naira recharge cards each. Government gives returnees 40,000 naira recharge card each. All right, we won't go beyond this on today's edition of Bystanders at Newsstands on the front pages of the New Telegraph and Daily Sun newspaper. Our reviewers are set at the newsstands. Let's join them. I'll be right back.
I'm not expecting anything short of that. So the tribunal, the pronouncement from tribunal that we think is a temple of justice, but the way the judgment they gave shows that Nigeria judiciary is a temple of injustice with overwhelming evidence, with numbers of witnesses, and at the end of the day, this is where we are. The judgment does not represent the wish of Nigerians, to be candid with you. Because when I've gone through the pronouncement. So, and all the evidences, allegations, so it does not correspond. Are you getting it? Based on the evidence on ground, based on the first thing is this: when you want to defend yourself, are you getting it? And you cannot provide witness and sophisticated evidence. So how can you be now relying on defendants or respondent witnesses? Are you getting it? So INEC on their own, they are being alleged that SAFA was used, as in the election result was transmitted to server electronically. but they deny it, and they could not produce any witness. To substantiate their evidence. Are you getting it? So what's just happened is that this is a country whereby the other arms of government that are supposed to bid on their own as when we are talking about democracy, we have separation of power. But in Nigeria case, the executive want to dominate everything. They want to lord over all the other arms of government. So in the first place, even though before the pronouncement, the average Nigerians knows that this is where the judgment will be. Are you getting it?
They already knew the outcome.
Yes, that is the fact. Because if any judge go otherwise, I must tell you the fact, Mike. The judgment was given out of pressure. It's under pressure. The judges were under pressure. Let's be sincere with ourselves. This is Nigeria. The judges are under pressure, and they cannot go against the wish of the federal government because they don't want to lose their job. Are you getting it? So in a situation whereby the president determine who become the CJN, the president determine who become the Senate president or the Speaker of... So that is not pure democracy. Are you getting it? Yeah. That is why we are having problem. A lot of Nigerians have been saying it that what common man says is that, is it possible to rule against the sitting president? So, but it has happened in many advanced countries where their judiciary is so sound and independent. But in Nigeria, we look at it as something that it cannot happen. We see it as something of impossibility. Are you getting it? So, and in that case, the judges, I don't know whether you have gone through I've read something. When I read all the judges said the same thing. Is it the certificate issue you want to talk about? Is it the SAFA issue you want to talk about? Is it just name the case? Yes, the something mentioned in the case. The allegation. I'm talking about the allegations.
Okay.
So, but out of all the allegations, no single judge can say, okay, this one is in this way, this one is this way. So they call it unanimous. Are you getting it? In fact,
you are not satisfied with the process.
No, not at all. The complete judgment is a shambles.
Now, PDP moving towards the Supreme Court, going to the Supreme Court to defend their rights.
I think that is the next step. Yeah. So it's not a matter of whether it's a constitutional right. So I think when you are having a case, you can pursue your case to the Supreme Court, which is the highest court of law in the land. So I expect of that. I expect that. But mind you, the Supreme Court, they are still going to use tribunal decision they will use tribunal judgment to rule. So don't be surprised if the Supreme Court say otherwise.
Which means they are working together.
Of course, they are working together. This is a nation whereby the judge cannot say they don't judge based on facts.
They are not independent.
They are not independent, and they don't judge based on facts. Could you remember Osun Shaga?
Yeah.
So they said the judgment was given based on technicality. That means we are running a technicality judiciary. So I'm not too surprised. To be sincere with you. I'm expecting this. But we are still waiting for what will come out of Supreme Court.
Okay, let's move down to xenophobia. 187 Nigerians return from South Africa. Government gives returnees 40,000 naira recharge card. Are you seeing this for the first time?
Of course, I'm seeing it for the first time. I'm hearing it for the first time. But the issue is this: the South Africa, they are an ingrates. They are an ingrates. Nigeria have done a lot for South Africa. We don't deserve this from them. But at the same time, so those people they could reach Nigeria very well. Even though in our own nation, people are dying on daily basis. We record scores of deaths on daily basis, whether as a result of Boko Haram insurgency, whether as a result of herdsmen, whether as a result of kidnapping or whatever, or any other security crisis. Are you getting it? So they could reach the situation in Nigeria. Are you getting it? So they believe that they can do and undo, and nobody will challenge them. And the presidency came up late. They reacted late. Are you getting it? Yes, so because they were looking at this is Nigeria. When something happens, they will be looking at it from different angles. In the first place, they are looking at that issue as a tribal something because they believe that majority of people in South Africa, they are purely Igbos. Are you getting it? Yeah. Because I could remember in the case of this lady, one of our political office holder. So when she was having issue with a cocaine issue in Saudi Arabia, federal government quickly wake up and they intervene and rescue the lady. But when in a nation whereby you tribalize everything, you ethnicize everything, you politicize everything, this is the result.
Now, looking at 40,000 recharge card, don't you think it's too much? Some of these persons I don't think they have something in hand to feed themselves. If the money was given to them, don't you think it would have been better than this 40,000 recharge card?
How much even 40,000 are you even talking about? So whether it's for year time or whatever, how much is even the 40,000 naira? Do you know many of these people lost millions of naira due to this attack? So when you now give such a person 40,000 naira for what? For what? The only thing I'm expecting government to do is that they have to they have to get those people data and make sure they give them a kind of relief, as in to start their life afresh. Yeah, that's what I mean. To start life afresh. Are you getting me? Because in a situation whereby you lost millions of naira and you now came back with nothing, and you left nothing behind before you even. So what is going to be your own this thing? So what I'm just expecting of government is to just provide, as in to give them the kind of soft landing, to give them the kind of relief, to give them the kind of financial assistance. I mean, just to come up again, in order not to add to unemployment on ground.
This cartoon work. This cartoon work. This is a cartoon work. I still repair it and I maintain it. What else you want to say?
Okay. Looking at the verdict made by the tribunal, we have a lot of lawyers at the tribunal yesterday. Now, looking at the process, did you think it went well?
What are the judgments really? What are the judgments? I've not heard the judgment. It's only you are telling me for the first time.
Okay, for the first time, but let me now tell you that.
Can you break the news to me? Okay,
now let me now tell you that Atiku has been defeated by the president Muhammadu Buhari.
He's been defeated.
Yeah.
It's natural now. There is no antecedent to show. There is no antecedent to show that an incumbent president is disposed in Nigeria. It's never happened before. There is no antecedent to that effect. So Buhari will not be a new thing entirely. It's the real thing. There has not been any antecedent for any president, incumbent president, to be removed from office. It's never happened before. It's never happened. It can never happen.
Jonathan was defeated.
What?
Ex-president Goodluck Ebele Jonathan was defeated.
That's at the election. That is at the election.
Okay.
It's at the election. It's not after the election.
Not after the election.
Thank you. So this one is after the election. This one is anybody taking any attempt now, making any attempt, is missing after death. It can't function any longer.
It can't function any
It
longer.
can't function any longer. It's not. There's no room for that to happen any longer.
But can you be sincere with yourself as a Nigerian? Do you think Buhari won the 2019 presidential election?
I don't know. Only God knows the truth. But he's been elected and he's been elected. There's nothing we can do. But I'm not going to be judgmental. I'm not unnecessarily, and I don't want to be unnecessarily biased.
Okay.
But at the same time, he has won, and they said he's won, and he's won. There's nothing I can do about it. We have to accept it with open hands.
With open
There's
hands.
nothing we can do.
All right.
Nobody can depose him overnight.
Okay.
Let him join hand with President Buhari and move this country forward.
Okay.
God has ordained Buhari for the second time.
Okay.
Either you like it or not, Buhari has won the election, and Buhari will still continue to be our president. But my own advice, instead of him wasting money, hiring lawyer, let him use that money to establish a company for Nigerians.
Okay.
But God time is the best. Maybe by the time God look at that. Then the question I'm asking, we have Empire, which is INEC. Does INEC declare Atiku as a winner? I don't know what we are even saying. When somebody has won election, they are divided, the Empire has declared him as a winner. Then went to the tribunal, the same thing. That's a question I'm asking the supporter of Atiku. Does INEC declare Atiku as a winner? That's it. 2019 elections. We are all here. That's it. That's a question I'm asking them.
Now, looking at the verdict made by the tribunal, do you think it's a true verdict?
Yes, it's a true verdict. Even though if you see the situation now, if you see the judiciary now, you will see the judiciary is now getting organized. There is no delay in any verdict anymore. From upsets, if you look at if you follow the tribunal from upset, then we have. I think it was claiming two evidence. Buhari does not go into school. Could you remember Buhari was a governor of Borno State? He was a PTF chairman. He was a minister for petroleum. Where is this article? Are they not the same article? The same article. A man that having a Cambridge. Do you understand? Then we are not talking about okay, why certificates? Where were you when it was it? And constitutionally, why can't you tackle all these things from upsets? Today, Nigeria, I don't know why Nigeria are hiding for the truth. I and you will see the truth because of political gimmies. We need to scandal, hatred speech, to scandalize ourselves. We don't need that. The way country will move forward, that's what we need.
So what are your expectations from the president right now?
I know the president will perform better.
But PDP has headed towards Supreme Court.
Let them go. Let them go. I believe they will meet their Waterloo there. Let them go. It's a country. That's what we need. Instead of causing, the way Nigeria are getting mature every day now is better. You understand this? The way Nigeria is getting mature. If you are aggressive, go to court. I even love the way I love him for one thing. I love Atiku for one thing. Instead of causing another thing in the country, go straight to the courts. That's better. If Nigerian politicians can do that, there will be peace in Nigeria today.
Because it's God, make everything be possible. You know what I mean? Huh? So I really love it for Mr. President to won the tribunal case yesterday. In fact, I'm happy since yesterday when I hearing everything because I follow the case from A to Z. So and I'm very happy for the judiciary the way they narrate everything, make everybody understand what's involved. Not something that they just come and do everything. They narrate everything. The petition is 7 petitions. Each petition, they go through it. And each word for the petition, they go through it. And they narrate everything. The one that Atiku wrote, the one the APC did, they let everybody understand what belongs to. You know what I mean? I was so happy for Mr. President to give gap for the judiciary to do what they're supposed to do yesterday. And it was my own advice for Atiku to take heart and forget the rest. Because if you say you want to go to anywhere, you can go because you have money. You know what I mean? But money cannot buy everything. Because the money cannot buy somebody's heart. You know what I mean? Because me personally, before the election, I know that Atiku cannot win. He cannot even rule us. Even after this one, he cannot rule us. Because that's the people that make Nigeria have this problem we have today. One person, they have a mechanic that don't like, they make everything, buy everything by themselves, eat the money by themselves, and leave Nigeria for property. People are suffering. And now they are now say, when 2015, after the victory of Mr. President, Buhari, Atiku was with Buhari now, they are eating together. He cannot bring, he cannot fight Buhari, say, you don't have certificate, you don't do this thing. They are eating together because you have a mission to go for president. You now came outside and be telling us, you say that we are not a fool. We are not a fool in this country. Let's forget about that. Maybe politics, APC, PDP. I love anybody that do good, either you PDP, because person like me, the job that I did, I work for anybody. But what I'm saying that let them join hands together and move Nigeria forward.
Now, are you saying this because you are an APC member? Because I'm seeing a cap on your head and written on it is re-elect Buhari and Oshibaju 2019 as APC. You are an APC member, right?
Of course, now.
Are you saying this because you are an APC member?
And not because of I'm an APC member, because when during the
You are being
military
sincere.
during the ministry of Buhari, when Buhari was president, I was alive and I witnessed it. And I know I always say it. This country, because we don't have a discipline, that's in Nigeria is going like this. You know what I mean? Because if there's no discipline in any country, the country will be worst. Because that's what was 83, 84 to 85. That is the way Buhari is taking Nigeria that time. If it's something that allowed Buhari to handle Nigeria very well that time, Nigeria will be better today. Because I can see that time, I'm coming, I can see that time when you buy picnic in this Lagos, 1 naira, you go to Ibadan, you buy anywhere in Nigeria, that's what, everywhere,
price.
yes. But because,
What of this time around?
but this time around, even though passing Okada can carry you now, the same place though, and one can carry 50 naira, another one can say 100 naira.
But it's still the one ruling.
It's the same really.
So why is it not happening like that?
Because now it's not the ministry, because the highest problem we have in Nigeria now is our senators and the house. If they want Nigeria to be better, you come from the hand. It's not from Mr. President. I always tell people, let the house sit down and make the law that can affect them by themselves, so that we affect the governor, affect the each people in Nigeria. Because if they make a law that affect them, we know we don't have everything. We know that if you affect them, you go to affect us. We need to caution ourselves. But then if they can make a law, it not affect them. It cannot affect us.
This is Bystanders at Newsstands, your number one super review program that you're always watching. Michael Adekunle still remains my name. Behind the camera, Latif Adebuale. And in the studio, the editor himself, Michael Ojo, keeping the trail on Flip TV till I join you on the same channel, this same platform. Keep staying cool, stay out of trouble. Bye for now.